In this chapter, we will see how we can take advantage of the available JavaScript libraries in our own TypeScript app. We will see how we can write the codes faster. And we will do that using the type declaration files. In this chapter, we will see what are the type declaration files, where can we get them from, and how can we use them. Well, speaking about what are type declaration files, these are referred to as the type definition files or type libraries. These are the wrappers for the existing JavaScript libraries. We define the type declaration files with extension d.ts. The purpose of this type declaration files are to declare the types in our code for the variables, functions, objects, and other constructs in the libraries which we might want to use. This could include referencing the correct properties on an object or passing the expected numbers and types of parameter to a function, thus making sure that we use the libraries correctly. While working with the JavaScript libraries, when we compile our code with a type declaration file, we can find the error at the compile time itself. The declaration files, however, are not a replacement for the JavaScript libraries. Instead, they are just a development time tool to assist the compiler. Even if we use the type declaration files, we will have to install and use the JavaScript libraries in our application. We should check if we have a type declaration file available for it. But where are we supposed to look for this type declaration files? Type declaration files are mostly included in the JavaScript libraries that we use. But there are a very few libraries that might not have the declaration file. However, there is a huge Git repository of type declaration files created by the JavaScript and the TypeScript communities. And this GitHub repository is called Definitely Type. They also provide updates for the file from time to time. But since these are maintained independent of the JavaScript libraries, this might be sometimes slightly out of sync. We can get the individual files from the GitHub repository directly, but Definitely Typed is also the source for several installation utilities that makes it easier to install the files that we need. We can install the files easily by using npm just like any other packages. They all exist inside the types organization and usually have a name that matches the library that they belong. The files are sourced from the Definitely Typed repository on the GitHub. Let us install a type declaration file and use it in our demo. I'll use npm to install the declaration files in our demo app. Let us move to the official TypeScript website and see how to search for the available files. Here they have provided a very nice search tool. Go to the tools link at the top of the page. Scroll down a bit and here is the link for the type search tool. From here, we can search for the package we want to use in our app. Let's say I want to use jQuery. Here I get several files that include jQuery in the description. I can use any of it which I want. But this is the exact match. However, I want to use Lodash in my demo app, so I'll search for it here. The declaration package for Lodash is the second item in this list. This way you can look for any library that you want. On clicking this, it takes me to the page for the package on the npm website. In the Visual Studio Code, from the terminal, we will install the file. So I can just copy this installation statement and paste it in my terminal. But before this, I need to install Lodash in my project. So I'll move to terminal. So here my Lodash library was installed. And now I'll install the type declaration file for it. I have just pasted the command from the npm website. Hit enter. Now I have both the packages installed in my Node modules folder and I'm ready to use them in my app. I'll use this library in my scoreboard.ts file where the score is displayed on the screen. I'll close the terminal, go to the scoreboard.ts, and the first thing I'll do is import the Lodash library in this module of mine. So here I have imported the entire module and aliased it as underscore. I have used the non-relative import to use this as the third-party library. Hence the compiler will look into the node modules directory directly. After this import, I'm ready to use this in my demo. I'll keep it simple for the demo. So in the update scoreboard method, here where it displays the player name in the result, I'll change this string to use the uppercase version of the player name by using the lodash function. First, let me create a string for this uppercase character. Let's say let uppercase name, and when I type this underscore character followed by a dot, Visual Studio gives me a list of Lodash functions which are available. Now the compiler is getting all this information from the type declaration file. When I type upper, it filters the functions. I'll use this uppercase function and then the player name. This dot result dot player name. So here I have used my Lodash library. Take this and paste it here. And I'll just remove this. Now on hovering over this, I can see the type information about the function. It takes an optional string parameter and returns a string. I'll restart the compiler and I'll restart the web server. I'll play my math game for one last time here. Show number, start the game, put in the answers, calculate score, and here in my scoreboard I now get the player name in uppercase. So everything is working as expected. We have successfully used a third-party library in our demo application. This way, I can use any library that I want in my TypeScript project. The JavaScript ecosystem is very rich with thousands of libraries to do a lot of common tasks. So in this chapter, we saw how we can use these JavaScript libraries to make our coding very efficient and faster. The type declaration files also made this easy. Now instead of giving time to look up for the functions and the property names, we use the time to implement the features, which again becomes easy. Debugging also becomes easier due to strong type checking in TypeScript. So before using any JavaScript library in your TypeScript project, you should first go look for the type declaration file. So that was all about the type declaration files in TypeScript, and now we have reached the end of this course. I hope you enjoyed the course and noticed how TypeScript has made things easier as compared to JavaScript. You have now got all the skills you need to be productive with TypeScript, and you are ready to create your own TypeScript project. TypeScript is also popularly used with Angular, so you have got your back covered for Angular too. Thanks for watching the course and staying with us. If you like the course, give it a thumbs up. This motivates us to work and come up with rich contents like this for you. Subscribe to be a part of our SmartHead family. Keep smiling and happy coding.